recording. Okay, so absolutely. I'm also thank you for doing your job too, because yeah, you're still very awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and stick my bottom one side, head on the other. I bet you guys probably already beat me there. Now we've been doing a lot of mat stuff, and I totally intend on doing mat stuff completely. I'm gonna change my angle a little bit since I'm in a different room now. I don't know my parameters. So what I think that the foam roller really brings to it, and I just want to set this intention, is it gives me like, your back of course is like a rectangle and kind of big. So kind of figuring out where you are in space, but your spine is like one long line. So it gives you more of that biofeedback to feel. The other thing of course is stability. Nobody wants to fall. And the other, my favorite thing I really miss is opening my shoulders. So let's go ahead and start. I want to bring attention to your feet because your feet are really going to help you through the whole workout. So I want to take a nice deep breath in through my nose. And then I want to exhale and pull my bra line down towards the foam roller, just like we would in math class. And then again, big breath in. Now, and then when you exhale, when I pull towards the front, sometimes my chest is like sympathetic, it pulls forward. So try to allow that to stay open and bring this in. And I think, keep breathing like that. Breathe in through your nose. When you exhale, pull your bra line down, open your chest. I think as humans, we're all or nothing. We like to all go forward or all go backwards, and learning how to like find the patterns of that flow through our body. I think that's so important. And then one more time. Good. All right, and then can you press down on your big toe, your rim of your heel, and your small toe? And then ironically, I'm gonna have you bridge up a little bit. So I'm gonna have you lift your hips up a little and then back down. And again, I think this helps allow the chest to open and open up your hips at the same time. And again, 3 and down, 4, 5, 6, 7, not too shabby, just getting the body moving at first, 8. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use my core, and I'm going to let my hands rise up. If you have the space, reach up and overhead, do a big good morning stretch, pull your bra line down, and then back up towards the ceiling. And then I'm going to inhale to prepare. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to push my bra line down. I'm going to reach overhead to create a lot of space through here, and then back up towards the ceiling. And I'll do 3 more. Not quite 8, but that's okay. 3, and up. 2, audible breath while you're home is really nice. It's less invasive. 2. And then last one. And then, oh my gosh, I haven't done this probably for like 2 or 3 weeks. Hands on the football, and I want you to open both arms up and then squeeze your core closed. I want you to inhale, open, and exhale. And if you're a little bit tight from, shenanigans at home on the computer or whatnot, hopefully you can get a little bit of a stretch. If you need more, you can take your palms more up towards the ceiling and out versus just elbow led. And I'll go 4. Good. 3, 2, and then go ahead and leave your elbows on the ground. Turn your palms towards your thighs, and then go ahead and fan open and back up. And I'm actively pushing I'm so excited for our workout today because I worked on stuff before we started. And some new stuff. Honestly, you guys are so consistent. I don't ever want to bore you. I'll go 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I'll go ahead and rest my hands to the side. What I want to do now is I want to try to use my muscle, of course, you guys get this, squeeze through the center, and I'm going to go ahead and lift my right leg up, and then set it down. And then I'm going to switch and lift my left leg up. My hands are on the ground for now, but I'm going to go ahead and move them shortly. But I just want you to notice what happens. Like, for example, sometimes when I go to set my leg down to like offset, I'll try to round like that. So I just want to become aware of what I'm doing as I'm moving. And I get to look at the ceiling because I don't have to see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to like experience what is it that happens. And let's do 1 more on each side. Good. Now, can you go ahead and press down into your elbows? Can you pull your shoulder blades down your back? And then could you lift one leg up and then the other? And then can we set one leg down at a time? Can you toe tap one down and bring it up? And then switch. Toe tap one down and bring it up. And again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then can you squeeze your toes together? Just your toes, and then can you touch both down? And then back up. Oh, squeezing tight. And I'm trying really hard, and if I were to feel, it's really like tots in there. And I'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'll go one foot down, and then the other. And then my favorite thing, and this is, since you guys are all like amazing and you're not rookies, then we don't have to go as slow and talk about as much. I'm gonna take my hands up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna pull my shoulders back so my chest is open but my ribs are down. And then I'm gonna lift my right leg up for 8 times. I'll go 8 and set it down. And if you prefer, keep your hands down. 7, 6, but I wanna get all my, sometimes, I guess, here's the pattern that like, I'm telling you when we're in classes where to go. 7, and 8, and then I'll switch to the other side. What happens is people aren't used to using their front kinetic chain, so they death grip the back side to try and find stability, but that doesn't work because they have to work in tandem. So again, I'm proud of you guys for the things that you've been learning. I'm not telling you, oh, don't squeeze your butt. 7, but just to kind of know where to go, and then I have to like be relatable and dissect why would we do the thing that doesn't work as good. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll off with the foam roller. And then if we can we stick it under our heels? Good. And then I want to be under my heels and not under the arch of my foot yet. My hands will go by the side, and I want to inhale and exhale and tug my tailbone. I'm going to lift up and then roll myself back down. And then again, 2. I will say I am an extremist for sure, and that's relatable. I'll go 4. Which is why I've been taking Mary's class a little bit too, as well, to kind of explore what that lighter side is. 2, and then 1 more, and then can you hold it up and pulse for 8? And I will say, as you guys evolve with this, the moving your body on the foam roller isn't really extreme. It's just kind of more like settling into your movements. All right, and then hold it up really high, and then can you go ahead and lift your right leg up? But what I want to do is I want to be able to explore what my body feels like. Just a regular movement, and then I want to apply depth to it. So what that translates to in the real world is if I'm driving in my car and my back starts to feel kind of like wiggly and like I need to move, good. And then go and set that foot down and go and switch. I can actually make my back stuff go away without having to do some really crazy big exercise. However, I like crazy big exercise. I think it feels good when it's really deep. 7 and 8. And then last thing is, can you roll to your toes and then back to your heels? Oh, hello, hamstrings. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then I'll set myself down. Good job. Okay, if you can you go ahead and take your legs so straight? I'm keeping them on the foam roller to give myself a little elevation, but you can totally ditch the foam roller. I'm going to do a roll up. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to knock my chin. I'm going to roll myself up to sitting here a little bit above sea level to make it a little more challenging. And then I'm going to go ahead and stretch up and over. You can pull into the foam roller a little bit if you like. And then I'll sit up tall. And then I'm going to pull my shoulders back, leaning from my tailbone. I'm going to lay down one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to reach up and overhead. And I'm going to inhale, exhale, hands come up towards the ceiling. I'm going to nod my chin. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. And then I'll reach up and over. And then up. And then back down. I'll reach up and overhead. I actually have more room in my kids' room today. Usually I can't reach up and over. And then I'll stretch forward. And up. And I'll do 4 more. Inhale, exhale, nod your chin, pull your shoulders down your back, push your heels down or your calves into the foam roller. Oh, good. And again, this is just a superpower tool to kind of check in on what works. And I remember when I couldn't do a roll up, I was very embarrassed because I was definitely like 20. I was like, I can do sit-ups and crunches, but I couldn't sit up. I was like, how do I get out of bed? But again, being able to use these tools to check in on your biomechanics and see where you are. And if you're really good at, oh my gosh, and anytime you're good at something, instead of being our little extremist stuff where we're like, oh, I'm good at it, so I'm not going to do it anymore. Say, I'm good at that. Check that off the list. Revisit it to make sure that I stay good at it. Okay, it's gone now. It's gone. Now we're going to get nice and dirty, okay? Let's check. Make sure she didn't. Okay, I'll explain. I'll make a video for her. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down. I'm going to go ahead and take my hands behind the nape of my neck. I want to send my elbows out wide. I want to kind of stick my tailbone out just a little bit. And then with my hands behind my head, I'm going to inhale. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to curl myself up for 8 and down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then I'm going to hold it up and pulse, and I'm connecting from my ribs to my pelvis. 3, and it's not just figurative. I'm really trying to feel what that is, and then when you do, oh my gosh, it's so exciting. All right, I'm going to stay curled up nice and high. I'm going to go and take my right leg. I'm going to march it up and tap it down. I like this pattern. I'm going to march it up and tap it down. 3, 4, 5, checking and making sure with this really simple movement that everything's exactly where I want it to be. All right, now I'm going to add a twist towards that leg. I'm going to give a little twist and back through the center. I'm going to give a twist and back through the center. Good job. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I'm going to stay through the middle and I'm going to send the leg out. I'm going to give a little bounce and then pull it back in. I'm going to send it out, give a little bounce, and pull it back in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'll add my twist towards the leg as it comes in, and continue with that little bounce. Back in. 3, back in. 4, 5, 6, 7, and just because it's morning, I want you to reach up and grab for that leg. Can you walk up your leg a little bit, and then go ahead and let go, and then bring it back. Just to be gentle on it. We kind of worked it a little bit by moving back and forth to our heels and our toes. I'll go 4 more. 4. Good, a nice little pull. 3, 2. Good. Now I'll take my hands back behind my neck. I'll bring the leg down, and I'll add that twist again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll set it down. Good job. All right, so I'm going to stay curled up the best I can. I'm going to move to the other leg. I'm going to go ahead and march it up and set it down. March it up, set it down. 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, exhale, pull it in. 7, and then I'll add a twist towards that leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, very nice, very nice. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll go through the middle. I'm going to give a little bump down and pull it back in. A little bump down, pull it back in. Good. 3, 4. I'm trying so hard to regulate. 5, 6. I'm checking my kneecap. 7 and 8, and then I'll add my little twist. I hope that I don't want you to be bored with this kind of synchronicity here, but I want you to feel like maybe you can explore a little more realms of it. 4, which is why I like some repeating. 3, 2, and then we'll do the same thing where we reach up for this leg so we can give it a little bit of love first thing in the morning, and then I'll let it go down, and then I'll reach. I'm trying that when I reach overhead that I don't go like down, because then I disengage a little bit. It's okay if you do that though, but I'm always looking to maintain it a little bit more. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and I'll take my hands behind my head, and then I'll add that twist towards it, which is ironically towards you guys. Hello. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now I'm going to stay up through the middle. I'm going to go ahead. What I've been saying lately is kind of a new cue. Okay, for all of my life and for a lot of other people's, we were told to push our low backs down, which, you know, we've had that talk. So what I've been saying instead of like keep your spine in neutral, because that's really like, okay, what's that mean? I say sit on your tailbone. So I'm kind of pushing my tailbone into the ground, which again creates that flattening effect. And then versus pushing your spine neutral. So my tailbone's really sitting, and so not so much on my pant line, but more on my tailbone. So I'm gonna stay curled up, and I'm gonna go ahead and twist towards you guys, and then I'm gonna come back to the center. I'm gonna exhale, I'm gonna squeeze. It's like I'm sending my elbow towards my opposite knee. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, if your neck gets tired, keep your hands here, but I'm going to take both hands and I'm going to reach and top to the side and bring it back up. I'm going to reach and top to the side and back up. 3, 4, or maybe I have a, like this, half and half, 6, 7, and 8. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Sit on your tailbone, okay? So you're just twisting from these muscles here, not from the exquisite, amazing, complex system down by your pelvis. 4, 5, and this is how I want you to look in a car. 6, when you're passing from your torso, not from your low back. And 8, and then now both hands, kind of diving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do that little halfsy thing. 6, 7, 8. Good. Okay. Now I'm gonna make a rainbow. I'm gonna look over my oblique like I had. I'm gonna come up through the middle and over to the other side, and then back up and through the middle. So I'm not gonna try to touch my shoulder blades at all. I'm gonna go up through the middle and then come up through the middle. Make sure you're sitting on your tailbone. 3. You can make it easier if you tuck your tailbone, but that's not gonna make you more effective. Good. And I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then I'm gonna go back through the middle. I'm gonna support my neck fully. Make sure you're sitting on your tailbone, and then we're gonna alternate legs. I'm gonna lift one leg up and toe tap it down. I'm gonna squeeze the air out and toe tap it down. 3. So I'm going, not obviously big crazy movements, but I wanna feel myself. 4. And then with this burn that we're creating, I wanna be able to recreate that without having to do this much work to get there. I know, magic, right? Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and try not one and then the other, but I'm gonna try and lift up at the exact same time. Check yourself. Same time, and then set it back down at the same time. We tend to bias just ever so slightly because it takes off, see, like that? It takes off some of the, it's compensating. That's an easier way to say it. And I'm gonna send my elbows out for 4, 3, 2, and then I'm going to keep my legs at tabletop. Then I'm going to add a little twist towards you guys and toe tap 1 and then switch. Toe tap 1 and switch. And again, 3 and switch. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm going to stay this direction, and I'm going to extend the top leg and bend. And notice I'm on my little tiptoes here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to hold it up the best I can, and I'm going to point and flex. Oh, yes, see, bringing it back. 3, I'm on my tippy toes to stay on my connection so I'm not onto my booty. So we'll do booty stuff later. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this choice to bend, and I'm going to pull this leg in, and I'm going to send it out for 8, 7, and I'm adding that little bounce. Bounce 6 to engage the glute. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, something new. We're going to do 8 bicycles from here, okay? I'm going to twist and squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to freeze it back over, and then I'm going to take the leg up and back down. Bring it up and back down. 3, and squeeze it in really tight. 4, I mean, as if you're not, as if you had a choice. 5, but make it a conscious effort. 6, 7. Now, last thing is I want you to hold. This is going to be hard. Hover and give a kick and bend. Kick and bend. If this needs to go on the ground, it's like that some days. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now please tuck both knees in. Take a second. And we're going to do the same pattern on the other side. And I remembered if you did not, okay? I'll lead you through it. So I'll take my hands behind. I count my legs up to keep the electricity in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and twist towards you guys. And toe tap and switch. Twist and toe tap. Good. 3. This is my champion leg now. 4, 5. I'm trying to sit on my tailbone. 6. And out on my pant line. 7. And 8. And then I'm going to go ahead and send the leg out. And then give a little bounce and pull back in. 2. 3. Oh, I know what I forgot. I was like, there's something. 4. I told you I remembered. Look at me. 5. I'll bring it back though. Let's keep our flow. 6. 7. All right, and I'll go ahead and keep it twisted. And you're going to give a little kick and bend. Kick. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Point and flex up there. 1, 2, 3. I'm just making this progressively harder on you. 4. That's okay though. 5, 6, 7. And I'll keep it bent. We're going to go slow bicycles. Twist for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'll stay twisted. And then I'll go ahead and take this free leg. And he's going to go up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good job. 2 and 1. Now we're going to go into single leg stretch. So can you bring it back through the middle? Can you grab above? Give it a pull. And then I still want you, now that you've found this fire in here, I want you to switch and grab and give a pull. And then I want you to switch and grab and give a pull. If your neck gets really tired, you can go back to holding it. I don't know if that'll feel better in your core. 4, 3, 2. And then can you do with straight leg? Can you give a pull and switch, pull and switch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm gonna hug in for a second. Keep your legs up if you can. Whew. Okay, so we did those independent things, right? One side, other side, one side. Before we just did one. Now we alternated. So you know what's gonna happen next? We gotta do double, okay? We gotta do both legs. So just to bring everything back together, which makes it harder. So I'm gonna take my hands behind my head. If you choose you don't like this, you can always alternate instead. It's still hard. I'm gonna curl myself up, and now I'm gonna squeeze like a mermaid. I'm gonna not necessarily. Okay. This is my tucked pelvis. This is my neutral pelvis. This is gonna be a lot harder to maintain than this, but you could do either in this move, okay? So I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna squeeze up the middle, and I'm gonna toe tap both legs down and back up. What I feel like is when I bring it up, I feel like I'm scooping, like an ice cream scoop. At least I like ice cream, and that makes me feel better when it gets hard. And I'm gonna inhale and exhale and squeeze for 4. Wait, versus this. Versus that, okay? 3, 2. All right, and then I'm gonna send both legs out. I'm gonna send both out. Your level will make it like, so that's a little easier on the core, a little hard on the hamstrings. And if you need that support, as always, you can put your hands like this and put your head down. And I'm gonna go 4, 3. Check your kneecaps that they're in alignment with your feet. 2. And then can you hold it for 8 seconds? Hold it for 8, 7. Check your body parts. Make sure everything is exactly where you want it to go, even though we're usually moving. And then pull it back in. And then we're going to go straight legs up and down. So I'm going to reach my legs up. It's okay if you only go down a little and then scoop back up from these muscles. And it's fun to play and see how far you can go. It's also perfectly acceptable. And I'd rather you do this than feel it in your back. This is number 4. A lot of times though, for myself, I would, what would I do? I play it safe. 4, and I started stunting my own growth. So I wanted to like give you guys more options. 3, 2, Okay, I'm sorry, but you gotta hold it down for 8 seconds. 8, 7, hollow, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now set your feet down, rest your head, and we're gonna go into the 100, okay? So for this one, you can keep your feet down, keep them at tabletop, or extend them to whatever level. If you remember, you'll breathe in for 5 and out for 5. Now, again, I was one of the girls that's next got tired a lot, so sometimes I'll bring my hands here. So perfectly acceptable. Okay, so figure out what leg position you want to go to. You're not married to it, you can always change it. We'll get started. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna inhale, I'm gonna exhale, I'm gonna curl up, and I'm gonna breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in. 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in. And out. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in. And out. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Lower your legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. And let's on the floor. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Last one. And out. And then tuck yourself in. I'm going to bring my hands to the ground, and I'm going to do 8 reverse crunches. For whatever reason, it always alleviates a little bit. So I'm going to tuck and bring my tailbone up a little bit. I'm being modest, feel free, to get some height. Now, the only thing about height is it takes a little bit longer, but really just this act helps open up the low back. Let's do like 2 or 3 more on your own. Play with that. Good. Okay. So now with that, I'm going to angle my knees towards my shoulder, and I'm going to climb up the oblique, same sort of order. I'll go up for 8 and down, 7, 6. Remember that foam roller? I'm pressing fiercely down. 5 versus like this. 6, 7, 8. And then I'll send my knees to the other shoulder. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to the center. Okay, this is a good time for the foam roller to go under your tushy if your low back is tight. And again, oh my gosh, please, if you feel like you're backtracking any, we all are, sister. Oh my gosh, what a time to be alive, okay? But I'm gonna do a rollover. So I'm gonna push my hands by my side. I'm gonna inhale, or I'm gonna put the foam roller under my pelvis, and I'm gonna push over, and I get to stretch out all the things with gravity. And then from here, I'm gonna point flex, I'm gonna hollow out my belly, and I'm gonna try and set myself down with grace and control. Oof, maybe. And then as I make it back up to this position, instead of flipping right back over, I wanna curl up, I wanna tuck my heels down, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that structure to go back and over. I'm hollowing out my belly versus letting it hang out hollow, and then I'm going to lay it back down. With grace and control, I'm going to curl myself up, tap my heels down. If you're on the foam roller, I just want you, go ahead and keep doing this if you're not on the foam roller. If you're on the foam roller, I just want you to reach away on the foam roller and then pull back and over. Okay, good. All right, let's do about 3 more on our own. And I like to give you things to do on your own sometimes because I want you to like feel and not just follow. And that's a fun thing to do. I noticed that in Mary's yoga class too. Sometimes I want her to tell me exactly, but sometimes I kind of want to explore. And that's the gift of being in your own home. Totally socially appropriate to do your thing. Okay. Now what did this all lead up to? We are next going to go into rolling like a ball or into open leg rocker. So if you have the foam roller under your pelvis, it's a good time to ditch it. So what I'm going to do is I have my round stuff. I can choose to put my hands here, here, or here. And I want to go ahead, I'm going to start this way where I roll myself up. But notice it's not super hard. I don't want it to be hard. And I can still eat all the Easter food and have whatever I have and then still have a good functioning body. And that is such a freaking gift. And then make good choices. To not eat all the peeps that have ever existed. So I would like you to roll a little bit. And once you feel like, okay, that's kind of not mentally challenging, be able to go to your ankles or your heels, I guess. And then if you feel like, again, that's good, then being able to, again, regulate the hamstrings with the torso. So my hamstrings are long. Ooh, hello, bed. Got I'm gonna kick something over in here. There you go. Banging my foot on metal this morning sounds no fun, so it was dodgy. There we go. And be able to sit yourself up. And I mean, it's a Pilates move, but it is functional. It is helpful to get your low back and your hamstrings to kind of coordinate. Good. Okay, so now we're gonna go into seal. So I don't know if you guys have seen seal. Not for a long time. It's kind of goofy. I do it when I'm feeling goofy. If I take my hands and place it under, and I reach up and I grab my feet. Don't want to hit my head on this in front of you guys. That'd be embarrassing. I would clap. This is to open up your hips. I know it seems a little silly. I'll roll back and then back up. I'm going to change my angle. There's a ladder there. And I'm going to roll. And this opens up your hip flexors. 3. Good. 2. Which is going to lead me into teaser. So, teaser is, I'm going to go down. And then I like to do it with my legs straight, but I'll keep my legs bent to show you. Other option is to sit yourself up. Another option is to keep your feet down, but then it becomes like a sit-up. I don't love sit-ups either, but you know, tomato, tomato, where you can grab if you need to, okay? So we're gonna go into 8 teasers. I'm gonna use my legs tabletop and extend them to straight. I know you guys all personally, and I know you're amazing, so I want you to do what's good for you. I'm gonna do the harder option. I think some of you guys can do this. I'm gonna inhale, pull your shoulders down your back. I'm gonna send my legs out. I'm gonna click my heels, 1, 2, and then bring it back down. I'm gonna inhale, I'm gonna exhale, I'm gonna reach up, I'm gonna click 1, 2, and bring it on down with control. And click 1, 2, and back down. Inhale, exhale, reach 1, 2. My shoulders are like in that 100 position where they are down and away from my ears. We got 3 more. I'm gonna go 1, 2, and back down. And again, 1, 2, and back down. And again, 1, 2, and I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna set my feet down. Oh, and I'm gonna hum forward. All right, so we're gonna go into our first. See, I'm a little more risky because you guys can always do whatever you need to do at home. I'm gonna do the long butt series. I've been trying to do some new stuff, and I haven't done this one for a little bit, so I hope you're okay with it. If you're not, I'm very sorry. I love you. Okay. I feel like we did more traditional Pilates today. That's good for us. Okay, we're gonna do booty stuff, and then I'm gonna show you the new thing I was gonna show you. Okay, we're gonna start. You're gonna pick one side. I'm gonna face you guys. So I have my handy timer here. That's a great place to set it. I'm gonna start on all 4s, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my favorite leg. I'm gonna tap it, and I'm gonna lift up. Okay, actually, by favorite leg, what I mean is my gimpy leg, and I start with him because I need him to catch up. So he's my favorite one to give attention to. Things I'm thinking about is I'm trying to keep my belly button pulled in. I'm trying to keep my shoulders down my back. I even will sometimes say kiss my shoulder blades together. I was chronic at rounding my back a little bit. Okay, next we're gonna pulse. Oh, my head's right in the way, isn't it? Whoop. Now, when you're in your own home, I love your alignment and I care about it a lot. But I'm also okay with exploration. How about playing with your angles? Play with your angles to see if you can feel your glutes more a certain way. All right, now I'm gonna extend the leg. I'm gonna tap down and lift back up. Oh yeah, I didn't hit the slide. You can't quite see because my shirt's hanging down. But the other thing I do is when I bring my leg down, I'm scooping my core in as well, which keeps my low back long. Good. Now I'm gonna bend, give it a bump, and I'm gonna extend and give it a bump. I'm gonna bend and bump it, extend and bump it. My gaze is between my thumbs. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tuck and extend. Tuck and extend. Now, I'm a recovering hip flexor user. If I squinch a certain way, I can clamp on my bottom hip flexor. So if you catch yourself doing that, feel free to explore. My best thing is to shift more center. That usually makes it go away. Yeah, but just something to note. All right, so now I'm gonna bring my knees down. I'm gonna take my arm towards you guys where the leg was lifted. I'm gonna straighten it and I'm gonna open and close. We're gonna keep it rolling. Now, ironically, I think for me, it switches sides. So when I was lifting directly back, it was the leg I was lifting to lift it. And now, once I turn to my side body, it turns into my stabilizing leg that has to do more of the work. All right, so now add that Charlie's Angel kick. Boop. And then I'm going to pull it back down and in. Kick. Okay, so I'm going to keep my leg towards you guys. I'm going to set it down and I'm going to lift it. Lift, lifties. This kind of gets both of them for me. Oop, kind of lengthen on my torso. It's getting a little dumpy. Okay, new move. I'm going to keep this leg bent. I'm going to bring it forward and I'm going to push it back. My angle is funny, or maybe I am funny, but I'm not going up. I'm just going straight back the best I can. Forward, bent, and back. Nice. And then I'm going to keep it back and I'm going to bump up at this angle. Kind of a relief a little bit. And again, play with your angles a little bit, just because I want to be able to feel both. Probably more on one side. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go up to my hand and I want to lift open and close. Open. And a lot of this comes from squeezing this butt back here. Open. And take a rest. Okay, good. We're gonna do a little caveat in the middle, okay? So, I'm gonna stand all four. Oh, remember which leg. I did my camera leg, okay? So remember which leg you did. And I'm gonna go ahead, turn my hands out a little bit. I'm gonna tuck my toes under. Tuck this shirt in so I can see. And I wanna keep my belly button in. I wanna pull my shoulders down my back and I'm gonna lift my knees up one little baby inch off the ground. I'm gonna lift. It is a lot more cozy down, my toes tucked under. You can do this. I think it's less comfortable, but you get to choose. And I'm gonna lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can you hold it for 8? Lengthen your low back. 6, 5, 4. Okay, can you take your right leg out? Take your left leg out. Can you bring your right leg in? And your left leg in. Can you go right, left, right, left one more time. Right, left, and then we're gonna reverse. I'm gonna go left, right, left, right. Scooping it in. Left, right. Good job. Left, right. This is 2, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 1, 2. Okay, now hear me out. I'm gonna take one of my legs. I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna turn myself open. I know. We'll do it again. I'm gonna give it 8 dips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a pile flip for Katie. And then I'm going to turn it back around. I'll go back to my knees, and then I'm going to take my legs out. And to do a little different pattern, I'm going to set a knee down and lift up. Switch, down, up. If you need to, you can step like this, okay? Good. Let's go 4, 4. Sorry, you get an extra one. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to walk my knees in, and I'm going to flip the other way. Open. Pull my hands back, readjust, and drop for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then I'll bring it back around. Good. Now from here, I'm going to push my legs up. I'm going to turn my hands in, and I'm going to give a little tricep dip for 8, 7. If you're scared of your face hitting the ground, you can make it smaller. You can just hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to bring myself back into a plank. I'm going to walk my knees in. I'm going to flip one more time on each side. I'm going to flip open, up, hello, and then I'm going to do 8 dips. 8, 7, 6, 5. Good job, good job. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then I'll go back to the middle, and then I'm going to step back. And instead of, now we're going to lower ourselves to the ground. Go from your knees or from your feet. You're going to lower yourself down for 8. So go down for 8. Push back. Down for 7. Push back or from your feet. Go down for 6. 5. 4. 3. Yay. 2. And 1. Whew. Okay, got one more flip. I'm going to walk my knees in. I'm going to flip the other way. Opening my chest, and I'm going to dip for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to go back to my other butt. Hopefully you forgot. So your butt wasn't super exhausted. If it's okay, I'm going to turn and face you guys, so my head's going to go that way, so I can still, I guess I'll just be looking at black screen, but that's okay. I still want to talk to you. We'll start in 3, 2, and then I'll go ahead and start taking my other leg. I'm going to lift and lower. Ooh, feels good not to be pushing up, man. Get some gratitude right here. Woo woo. All right, so the next move is, you remember, we're going to give little pulses. Pulse, pulse. And then I'm going to take my leg and I'm going to set it down and lift it up. Alright, so the next one is where I give a little bend and a little boop, and then I reach it long and bump up. And then I'm going to knee tuck and then bring it back out. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and extend the arm towards you guys, and I'm gonna open and close. Open. Very nice. All right, then I'll add that kick, and down. See how I got quiet? It's because I'm like, oh my gosh, my booty. Oh my gosh, my push-ups. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to set my foot down and I'm going to lift up. Good. Good job, guys. Okay, new thing, I'm gonna bend, I'm gonna bring it forward and push back. Oh, we are gonna stretch after this booty thing, guys. Ooh. Oh, my leg's getting heavy. Oh. Oh, then I'm gonna angle back and I'm gonna lift and lower at this angle to get this top part as well. Yes. And then the last thing, oh, I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna open and close. Open and close. It's like a nice way to work on your balance without having to stand. You're done. And that was crazy. That was so good. And again, we get to try harder things. True story too. I didn't see Laurel signed up until recently. I don't think she really liked that workout. So it all works out the way it's supposed to. So I'll text her afterwards. But let's grab your phone roll. Let's do some lazy stretching since you had such an active class. And so I'm gonna go ahead and of course prop myself up on here. Take my legs up towards the ceiling and I allow myself to fold in half. I'm here. Should feel nice, especially after the glute work you just did. Make my knees face me. And what I'm hoping is by doing your glute work, you get more access to your hamstrings so that you can really identify them. Good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let's do... Now, I want to switch it a little bit because we just did the glute stuff. Can you take one of your legs and cross it over and then pull it in? And then I'll use my hands to straighten out my knees. I'm checking my alignment up top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold onto this leg like it's a baby. And I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to stretch. It's like pigeon, but we get to lay down. And stretch this one over. Now, because I get more glutes than hip flexor, I'm going to go ahead and go back into normal. But if you like that one better, you can stay there. And then I can adjust my angle to get more on top of my hips. And then that reverse effect is we're going backwards and I'll take this leg up long. See, I feel more brave in my kids' room. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and switch. I'm going to go ahead and take the other leg, cross it over, and then bend it in, stretch out the glutes. The glute. I'll find my ankle. I'm going to continue to love it like a little baby. I'll go and reach this out. And then I'll let it come in for hip flexor. And that feels good. I'll go ahead and take this one up. And then I will bring everything back up and in. One more time up. And then legs out because, oh, it feels so much better on the foam roller than it does, hello, sorry, there's my foot, versus like just on the floor. This is less exciting, I think. Still works. And then I would recommend, I've been doing more computer work, which is good for me. But being able to like then inch myself down to start stretching out things. If this does not feel good for your low back, I please beg you not to do it. And then kind of work my way up to stretch out any of that forward work of chasing my 5-year-old around all the time. I've done so many more dishes and cooking, but it's good. It's good. Then I'll work myself up. If this is not your jam, I would recommend rolling your upper back or rolling out your legs. But this was forever for me to do, and I'm so conscious about not losing the progress we made. Inch it up a little bit more. Inch it up a little bit more. And then I'm on my back, I'm going to go ahead and roll my uppers. I got to do that a little bit before. And then I'll take it to my neck. Oh, good, okay. I know you're home, but I know you guys have, you know, a lot of things to tend to and a lot of like stuff to work on. So I don't want to ever want to run you over too long. If you would, I would highly recommend to roll your IT bands. But you guys know that how to, you know what, I'm going to do it with you because, you know what, if somebody's like, hey, Hillary, you should work on your splits at home, I'm like, I should do that. And then I like do it later. I've been okay about doing splits at home, but you know what, if I was here for a workout class, I want to do it with you. And then I'll go ahead and go to my other side. I want to hear back later too. Sometimes like when you're really active, like if you've been running a lot, which I'm sure some of you guys have gone out walks and ran, sometimes you're tighter, but sometimes being in solitude may make your muscles looser. So that's kind of interesting. But it is 10 o'clock now. Well, it's 9:58, but I respect your time. And I'm so glad you guys joined. And thank you for hanging tight while I try to get Laurel in. Nikki, how'd you do, Ladybug? Yeah. No, you're so fine. No, I'm so glad you guys are here. And I was like, let's just see how this goes. But I like having the cameras off and the fact that you can make it yours. And that's why I tried to struggle a little bit. Well, I don't try to struggle, it's struggle. But I'm like, just let it ride because let it know that it's hard and don't act like... Cynthia, how are your hip flexors, babe? You've been doing so good. Oh, yeah, totally. Honestly, yeah, I gotta be honest, you actually look really rad. Like, you look cool. Yeah. Like, if you didn't even, I'd just be like, she's just cool. So, I'm so sorry. And I swear I've heard that a lot. And I mean, going from like 70 degrees to 30, like I'm sure that pressure, you know, so thank you for coming and creating your own pressure. Guys, you make my whole day. Thank you. It's kind of lame if I'm here and nobody else is here. So you guys made my day. Thank you. Yes. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.